Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609. I'm in Capitan, New Mexico at the post office and just verified that the mail is going to be forwarded from Kingsland and Burnet, Texas, and that's good. And I also the water issue at the existing RV park where I'm at, or where I'm staying, or have paid the rent for a month, is not working out. The water problem that they have is hydrogen sulfide, and I just checked with the water well guy here. I went by there and talked to him, and he said, yeah, that's very common, and that's a real hard problem to solve. You know, aerators help, chlorination helps, and other things, but he said that, you know, that problem will come and go for forever. And so what I'm thinking about doing is I just went by another RV park that I had originally planned to stay at, and they still have an opening coming up the 1st of June, and so I put my name back on the list there. It's in the downtown area of Capitan, and it's, you know, of course there's no view, you're not going to have a view, but what I'm looking for now, I just want a place where it's quiet. I can go walking in the mornings, and if I want to see a view, I guess I'll have to drive over to Ruidoso and look at stuff on the way, and I don't have that problem. But something else occurred to me as I was talking to the lady at the RV park in town this morning, is that everything in this little town is really convenient. In other words, I could walk to the grocery store. I really could. I could walk to the grocery store because it would only be about 4 blocks to the grocery store. The post office is right next door. You know, and as far as eating out, there's like 4 little restaurants within walking distance. And I've always said to myself that if I could find a place where I could just walk to all the things that I needed, I wouldn't really need a car. Now, of course, I'd keep one. I'm not getting ready to get rid of my vehicle by any stretch of the imagination. But, you know, it would cut the gas bill by, you know, significantly every month. And that gasoline, you know, that's just money that I'd be saving. And do I like that? Yeah, I do like it. And also I'd be getting my exercise by walking around and getting stuff done. And all of that is a good match. And but anyway, we're working on that now. We are working on that now in my mind, because it's a neat little town. And another thing about being in the RV and park in town, see, out where I am now, the old north wind and the winds in the spring out here it'll be in the winter, it'll be cold if I stay here in the winter. If, a big if. I mean, that's a big if there for sure. But, and the reason I'm doing this, this is a mental exercise for me, and y'all are just getting to listen. I'm just talking to myself and kind of hashing out the potential ups and downs of this. You know, the downside, of course, is that it's an RV park, regular little RV park in town. There's only about, I think she's got 15 sites, maybe. Very small, and it's quiet. They're all retired. They're old people like me. There's nobody in there under 60, I don't think. So it's very quiet, and I'm sure they wouldn't put up with any racket at all. And of course, the spot I have is probably is probably the most private spot in the RV park, because it's off by itself, and so I like that. And then as far as getting up in the morning and walking for exercise, got the whole community, you know. I mean, I can walk around town. They have a city ordinance. I checked on that. You know, the dogs are supposed to be on a leash or under control or in a fenced yard. And I've driven around town, and I have not seen any dogs roaming loose, not one. And as we're driving here, you can look with me and see if you see any, but I haven't seen any at all. And so with all of those thoughts in my mind, and the price is actually let's see, it's $65 less per month than the one out on the where I am now. So that's interesting, because if I do what I was planning there at the other RV site, like pay for it by the year, just plan on paying every month for a year, well then the extra outgo is $185 a month as opposed to $250. And is that a nice little savings? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's $60 a month, or whatever it figures out. What did I say, 65 a month? Yeah, that's $780 a year in my pocket if I comparing the two options. Another thing, gasoline here is 30 cents higher than it is in Ruidoso. Some things are higher, there's no doubt, and but they have fast food at that little gas station there. The best place to eat, I've been checked it with about 5 different people, and it seems like it's coming down to the Oso restaurant, I believe is the name of it. It's on the corner down here. I may show you for lunch and evening meals, and then the Smoky Bear restaurant for breakfast, because they say they have a tremendously good breakfast. But I don't eat out much, but what I may do is maybe once or twice a week eat out, just for a little, what I mean, adding a little flavor. I know this road is rougher than a cob, but anyway, I'm just rambling on here. This is the way I polish the diamond. See, if I expose all these thoughts that I have in my mind to an audience of thousands of people, believe me, I'll get some feedback, which is good. I mean, the only way to get things squared away. See, what I think is just one set of thoughts, but when you add the flavoring of, this is the little restaurant on the right. It's called Oso Grill, and we'll go down this street here. I think we did, but we'll go down here again. But yeah, when you expose yourself to that much criticism or critique, then there's a good chance there's going to be somebody going to come up with something and say, wait a minute, you didn't think of this, or you should have thought of that, and that's fine. That's great. Or it looks like it'll work. I may get some positive feedback. So yeah, it looks like a good idea to me. Why not do it, or give it a shot? The worst thing that can happen, guys, is none of this works out, and I end up going back to Texas, to my home base, and staying and living happily ever after in the heat and the humidity in the summers, and just letting that dog hunt. And but this little old town is really laid back. I'm telling you, I really like that. I like the fact that when you say hello to somebody, they talk to you, and they not only just say grunt. If you say good morning to somebody, they'll say good morning. How you doing today? You know what I mean? There's a little feedback there. It's not just a closed loop like or fine, real sharp. None of that. But anyway, you're getting a look at the town as I'm driving around here. This is this is a poor town. Okay, the average income in this town, I don't know, I haven't checked, but I'm going to guess that it's probably below $24,000 a year max. But you get to know people. See, like the guy, there was a guy that cut my hair. He was a talker, man. I mean, he was a talker. I mean, he never. I think I asked him one question, and for the next 30 minutes, I got an answer. And that shop there is called Not Too Shabby Shop. I don't know what that is. Must be used clothing or something. But yeah, this is a normal average little neighborhood, and I don't want to buy anything. I do not want to buy anything. I've talked myself out of that. Why? I just don't want the responsibility for the maintenance and paying the taxes and all that crap. I just don't want. I like the free spirit way of living, having the RV. So if something starts going wrong, or I don't like something, I can just hook up and go, because you never know. I'm a fickle beast, and I head one direction for a while. Remember the old games you put the nickel in and use the little flippers? What do they call them? I can't even think of the name of it now. But it had a little ball that rolled down, and you hit it with the flippers and tried to get it in little holes and things. Yeah, that's kind of the way I am. I guess I'm the ball batting myself around. But I do like this little community. The climate year-round is good. From March through probably the end of December is okay. I mean, tolerable for me, because I checked the weather conditions. Now, January and February, it's really, like winning the lottery. Is it going to be a good day or good weather or not? Some winters can be pretty cool here. They do get a little snow, not much. It's never a situation where they need snow plows or that. that sort of thing. But they do get a little snow. Does that scare me? No. It may be enjoyable to have a little snow, you know what I mean, like actual seasons, because in Texas we go from warm to hot. Let's go see what some boy's doing walking down the middle of the street. There's old Rusty right there. He's out for a walk this morning. He don't know what day it is. He doesn't know where he is, but he's enjoying his walk. There's a place for sale on the right there, a little double-wide mobile home. Now, you know he's got to be able to hear me unless he's deaf. Yeah, he heard me. Hey, he waved, real friendly. But I guess here you can walk down the middle of the street, because I'm the only car. I'm looking both ways, and as far as I can see in both directions, there's nothing. There's not a car on the street, so I guess he feels pretty safe walking in the middle of the street. But anyway, guys, it looks like probably June the 1st I'll be moving out of that RV park, because I am, even if they get the water fixed, okay, it's a temporary fix according to the water well man, okay? He said that because that problem, it builds up, the gas builds up, and then it gets bad in the water, and then it never really goes away, but there are things they can do to minimize the odor. But he said it's always there. He said all they're doing is putting a Band-Aid on it. I said okay, but again, I think I've said this before too. When I lived outside of Victoria, Texas, I bought 10 acres of land and built a big house on it and drilled a good water well, and when we drilled it, the water was great. We had it tested and so forth. But later on, we had 2 hot water heaters, and they have those anodes or whatever it is, the heating thing inside the hot water heater. And we had had a water heater for the downstairs and a water heater for the upstairs. And the upstairs water smelled like rotten eggs, and the downstairs water had no odor at all. And it was that element inside the hot water heater. But they changed it. They changed out the hot water heater. They did all kind of stuff, and all they did was minimize it. And finally, a guy came out, and from the plumber that had installed it, they were getting tired of having to come out to my house. But he came out and he says, Rusty, said, I tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to take those things out of that upstairs water heater, because that seems to work in other places. And they took it out, the problem went away. That was the end of that. Big deal. So this is the way you would come into Capitan from Ruidoso if you came right on into downtown. There's the medical clinic right there. They have a small little medical clinic, and so if I need to go to one, there's one right there. I could walk to it. But anyway, just driving and looking. I'm learning myself, guys. You guys are seeing this, and I'm seeing this. There's DJ's thrift store. That's the place I'll go shopping. That'll be my new Walmart. This place on the right is that not too shabby shop. Apparently they donate clothes and stuff there, and then they sort them and put them on racks. Smoky Bear Historical Park to the left. Actually, that sign, a lot of people would turn here, but you don't. You turn up here. And there's not much there. The historical park is not much, okay? But anyway, I'm going to make a loop and then head back out to my RV site. I left the water running because she said that she had done chlorination or something, and that would stop it and to run the water for a while. But my God, that water tank they have, the Holden tank, holds about 100 gallons. And so I'll have to run the water for half a day to drain that tank and get all that out of there, and then get the fresh water in. So we'll see, but I'm already planned to move, and fortunately I don't think I'm going to have to change my address, even though the address is showing that I'm at that RV park. Well, I guess I'll have to think about that. No, my P.O. box, I've got a P.O. box. Oh, but it's showing the physical address out there. In other words, okay. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. I haven't lost my mind. Okay. Here's some old buildings that are for sale. They got the lock on them from the real estate people. Anyway, I'll make a pass through town towards that gas station. When you get to the gas station on the way out of town, you just about finished Capitan. There's Andy's Car Parts. It's a car quest, so we got auto parts if we need it. And I told you about the oil change. If you bring your own oil and filter, they will change the oil. The labor cost will be $16.02. That is freaking awesome. In the summer, this is a busy community, and so great because they have a lot of activities in the downtown area in the summer. They have a big July the 4th parade and stuff. They used to have Smoky Bear Days, and it was this week, but they've canceled it for some reason. I don't know why. It says, welcome to my hometown, Capitan. Well, it may be, boys and girls. I ain't saying nothing yet. I ain't saying nothing yet. There's you can't see it, but on the left is the little tire repair and oil and lube shop. It'll do the oil changes for $16, but I promise you, when you walk in and say hello, there's a coin-operated laundry right there. And here's the RV park. It's called Mama Bear RV Park. It's $185 a month, plus you pay the electric. The electric's a little more than out at the other place, Pinon. And there's the post office. So, you know, everything's right there. And here's Smoky Bear Restaurant, so I can walk to all these places and not have to drive anywhere at all. I could go weeks without driving anywhere. Amazing. I'm really thinning it, guys. I'm really thinning on this. That means thinking. $185 a month and I'm done. And then that RV park, where my RV site is, it's blocked from the wind on the north and the south sides. Is that good? Yes, because here's the gas station right here. They have you can get fresh filtered water there for gallon jugs. It's like 30 cents a gallon. So anyway, I'm gonna pull over here and stop this video because the road's a little rough. And then there's a place there called La Paisano. The Paisano is a roadrunner. And anyway, they have Mexican food there. I don't know, I haven't had anybody make any real comments positive about it at all. But anyway, guys, just giving you a heads up and polishing the diamond. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios. Bye-bye, buy anything your little heart desires. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products. And it doesn't cost you a thing. If you want to fool with it, fine. If you don't, I don't blame you. What else? Drink plenty of water. Take deep breaths, stretch, walk, you know, keep your health, guys, because that's what it's all about. And all I'm doing, see, I'm 72 years old, soon to be 73, July. And, you know, I'm just planning ahead because, you know, if I can live here and then I decide to travel, I can just pull out and go all over New Mexico anytime I want to. You see what I mean? And have me a good starting point to go see the sights here very easily and quickly because it's not that far to anywhere. So that's a plus. And as far as the home base, of course, that's already been deeded to my son. The deed's in my will file. And as far as changing addresses and all that stuff, that's a little inconvenience, but so what? I do it over the internet. You know, you can change it anywhere you want to. But having said that, guys, I just thought I'd mention that to you. And anyway, stand guard at the door of your mind. You know, don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get in your head. So anyway, from Capitan, New Mexico, possibly, you know, I'm not saying this yet. I'm just thinking it, guys. I've only been here 4 days. But you know, I've got, you know, when you get a good feed, I go by instinct, okay? And sometimes I'm wrong. Have I been wrong? Yes. But right now, I'm feeling good about this little community. And I mean, I just feel good, okay? Anyway, guys, thumbs up, adios, bye-bye.